In this video, we're going to be sewing our zipper to the top of our front panel. And in order to do that, I'm going to start with just unzipping my zipper just a little bit, like a couple inches, just like that. And I have to set up my machine as well. So I'm on stitch 1, which is exactly where I want to be. I just need to move my needle position over to the left as far as it will go. So I'm going to press this button, and you can see this dot move until it gets all the way over here. That's exactly where I want it to be. Then I'm going to go ahead and pull my threads back behind. I will line up the edge of my fabric and zipper with the edge of my presser foot. And I'm going to go ahead and sew these together. I'm going to stop right, I'm going to stop right before the pull tab on my zipper and put my needle down, but I'll go until there. And let's just watch it. I'm going to go forward 3. I'll go backwards 3. I'm going to be careful about this metal piece right here. I can see that I'm going to be really close to it, so I might need to I'm going to use this button right here. I'll make it so my needle ends down whenever I press my pressure foot. So if I touch my foot pedal, there we go, my needle ends down. And then I can lift things up and adjust if I feel like I need to a little bit. So I'm moving that metal out of the way. Once I get past the metal, I'm a little bit safer to get closer to the teeth of my zipper, but I don't want to go over them. I'm going to keep the edge of my presser foot lined up with the edge of my fabric. And I'll continue sewing until I get close to my pull tab here. Pull any needles out as I get close to them. I'm getting kind of close to my pull tab. So I'm going to just do a couple more stitches, and then when I get close, I'm going to stop. Again, my needle needs to be down. You can use your hand wheel to put it down, or you can use this button right here. Either one works. Once it's down, I'm going to lift up my presser foot. Okay, so my needle's down, my fabric isn't going to move because my presser foot's down, and then I'm going to use this pull tab, and I'm going to zip past where my needle is. Sometimes it's a little bit tricky, and so here's another tip. If I go on the back of my machine here, right where my finger is, you can't see it, but there is a red little button, and if I press that, my presser foot comes off. And when my presser foot's off, then I can get my needle past it a little bit easier, usually. There we go. So my presser foot's off. And to put my presser foot back on, I just line the bar on my presser foot up with this piece on my presser foot, and I lower my presser foot until they stick together. Sometimes that's a little tricky when they're at an angle. So here, let's try that again. There we go. I just had to hold my presser foot up to it because since it was at an angle with the zipper here, it wasn't connecting. Once I have that connected, I can lower my presser foot again, and I'm going to continue to sew. All the way down, and it should be pretty easy now that my pull tab is out of the way. Again, if you're having trouble with your pull tab, you're going to lower your needle down, you're going to lift up your presser foot and zip it past. If you need to take off your presser foot, then you can do that as well. But you may not need to, just depending on how close you are to your zipper. And so all the way down this, and then I'll back stitch at the end. It's okay if your zipper goes past the edge of your fabric, you'll just stop with the edge of your fabric though. We'll cut that part of the zipper off, that extra part off later. So when I get close to the end of my fabric here, I'm going to go ahead and back stitch. And then I will just lift up my needle by either pressing this button again and touching my foot pedal, or by using my hand wheel. I can now go ahead and lift up my presser foot, and I'm going to go in, I'm going to trim off my threads. I've back stitched, and I'll trim off my threads over here. And if I pull this up, you can see that zipper. On the other side, you see those sewed to each other, and that's what my zipper looks like now.